You ready? Hey everybody, welcome aboard PLEXUS 43921. PLEXUS is our first 2024 model, so you will have a few changes on the boat that we've initiated for the 2024 model year going forward. So as you can tell, PLEXUS is a off-white and graystone boat. They did the countertops in Dune Crema, and then the cushions, the Salon cushions, are Diplomat Blue. Obviously the wood is the sapelli or African mahogany. And you know, we pretty much did the off-white and the graystone. So the graystone is on the IGU and the off-white is on the headliner. And then we do have a graystone hull when we get to the exterior, graystone non-skid and the off-white deck. All right, so Corian sink in the galley. Obviously the standard Seagull filtered water for both the galley and the heads. We do the cold water side of the heads as well. The owner did choose the microwave, standard microwave. So if you don't do the microwave, you do cabinet storage here. And then he did choose the cover the dish lockers here, which is an option, and about half the people do. Being the first 2024, we've modified the cafe doors to where you have a little slide out here. This is and then you can slide the screen in instead, and then you obviously have ventilation, and obviously I've got the screen in backwards. So there's the screen, and then when you leave the boat, you can put the solid piece in, which, you know, will keep, you know, most water out unless you like drive it with the hose. So that's a upgrade for 2024. Obviously he did the starboard cafe doors, the starboard cockpit table, and so forth. All right, starting in the utility room, we did do the washer vented dryer, the standard freezer. We did not do the water maker. For 2024, we have switched to the starboard stool standard versus the wood. The wood was getting dinged up, and honestly, it was just a bit of an overkill for your utility room. So this stool is obviously designed to be able to be moved and sit on while you work on the generator, while you change your filters during the dual ray core. He did do the fuel polishing system on the boat. And of course the oil change system for the main and the generator as well. We do have some assorted lines still here. We haven't hung the sails yet. We're going to do that actually tomorrow morning. 6 kW Northern Lights generator. This is the storage or spare parts area. And if you don't do the water maker for 2024, we've added a shelf here for additional storage. So this will give you really great storage for spare parts and stuff like that. And then so far I haven't heard anybody complain that, you know, the canvas cover is not doing the job. This area back here is for the fenders. As you've seen before, you can open up the hatch from the cockpit and drop the fenders here. This is designed for 4 of the 14-inch fenders that we do provide for the boat. We've got a fan back here, and then obviously, you know, this is access to stuff like the steering, the hot water heater, and stuff that's behind the bulkhead. As I mentioned, the standard freezer, storage space up here, emergency tiller, good lighting. I think that probably does it for the engine room, utility room. You know, there is engine access to the top and back of the inside of the engine through the utility room as well. And obviously this door will close for additional sound deadening while you're running the generator. All right, we've kind of gone through the galley. You know, this is, if you don't remember, this is our garbage bin. We've got a nice, good sized garbage bin here that holds the standard kind of kitchen size trash bags, storage below. Nice drawer here. All of our drawers are dovetail construction, and then they're all on drawer slides. So you get nice hardware, nice quality drawers. Obviously, this is the standard refrigerator. utensil, silverware storage, dish storage, and then we do provide 4 drawers over here on the little island that wraps around, and then of course dry storage here, access to the dry storage area below the sink as well. And I'll get out of the way and we'll let our photographer take a look at that. Really good access below. I'll open this up so that you can get an idea of how much deep and that storage is below. And obviously that's one of the advantages of the full keel that we provide, one piece hull and keel. You get just an amazing amount of storage all the way down into the bilge. So that locker that Scott's showing you right now actually goes down about 3 feet. Great place to put paper towels and extra, stuff like that. All right, and then obviously we provide a shelf. The lights come on when you open the door. There is a cutting board down in there that goes over the sink area. The Dickinson Mediterranean 3-burner stove. We provide a nice maple and sapelli stove cover. Dish storage typically below, and of course oven. Obviously, very high quality stainless steel ports, stainless steel chrome knobs. They don't need anything to hold them up. They are friction hinges, so they hold their own lids up. We provide a lot of good outlets throughout the galley. We've got an outlet here, we've got an outlet in here, and we've got an outlet over on the side. So you've got plenty of outlets in the galley. Remote generator panel here for the 6 kW Northern Lights. The main panel is obviously next to the generator in the utility room. Step with storage below. A good place for winch handles. Extra little storage spot here. Good place for the horn. As always, our stairs come up. Provide engine access. We've got a light. We've got engine ventilation. We've got a 170 amp Balmar alternator, and we do provide ventilation for that because it does provide some heat when it runs. 80 horsepower Yanmar engine. It is turbocharged, pushes the boat along very nicely at the 2,000, 2,100, even 2,200. No problem at all. We feel like that the boat has about 4 miles to the gallon as far as range at about a 7.5 knot hull speed. So we're burning a little under 2 gallons at 7.5 knots for me to do the math for you. Obviously, non-skid work surface when you come down. This is our kind of our dustpan, collects and catches all kinds of stuff that comes down. The Companionway gives you a nice little bin to clean and kind of collect stuff as you go. If you haven't heard before, we do really nice bronze with stainless ball valves through hulls. They're all through bolted. They're all labeled. This, for example, is the AC intake. Nice Groco C strainer, easy to get to. Obviously, everything's bonded, everything's labeled, and there's no compromise there as far as quality when it comes to the through hulls that we use. Everything on the boat is the very best we can build or buy. Aft cabin, we've got a nice double berth back here. Currently, we have our cockpit cushion stored here. You can see that he did do the navy with gray trim for his cockpit cushions, and then of course he did the navy for the canvas as far as the bimini, the connector, and the sail covers. Shelf locker here, and then magnetic door lock. That obviously behind is a hanging locker for the guests. We've got it filled with his safety gear, fire extinguishers that will mount for him when he decides where he wants them. The standard starboard hatch boards or drop-ins for the Companionway. We also give you wrenches for the shaft log and the rudder log. So that you don't have to try to figure out, what to use when it comes time to adjust the shaft log particularly, and then, occasionally the rudder log. The new style magnetic door locks. Everybody seems to like those. The aft head, as you've seen before, we do have the, the Raritan Elegance head with freshwater in seawater flush. You just select what you want here, either sea or fresh, and it will flush with that. And then obviously you can always rinse the bow with fresh water to keep you down any of the smells that you get from the particularly seawater. This owner went with the vessel sinks, the white vessel sinks, and as we mentioned before, the countertop storage below, toilet paper holder, obviously, nice bench seat for the shower. We do sandblast the shower doors. We feel like that they're really high quality as far as the thickness of the material, the quality of the hinges. And then we actually, at the factory, we sandblast the wave with our logo pattern. We've actually sandblasted initials for an owner in the door. Growy faucets, as always. Good lighting. We've got obviously a hatch here for ventilation. Right now we have a canvas cover on the hatch, and we have a port for ventilation as well. The ocean air blackouts as well as the ocean air screens for the hatches. Nice size head. Drains obviously throughout, 3 drains, so no matter what kind of attack or what kind of sea conditions, your shower is going to drain for you. Light switches, all are on rheostat, so you can dim the overhead lights, you can dim the hull side lighting. When the lights are turned off, they light up so you can find them. Obviously, we've turned off the overhead, and then this is the hull side lights as well as underneath the counters, and you can see how I can dim those down. So at night, you can dim these down really low, and it provides just enough ambient light to where you can get around the bow. We believe that's just as good or better than honestly providing additional red lighting in the boat. So every light here dims, all the side lights will dim. You can really make the lighting any way you want. Additional galley storage here, we kind of call this the pantry. It's a good shelf area. We do it on adjustable shelves so you can obviously change the location of the shelves. Good place for canned goods and smaller galley items. All of our doors are obviously louvered. They're all solid wood. As we mentioned, the Diplomat Blue Ultra Leather for the Galley, for the Salon cushions. He did choose the footstool option. The single leaf table. Table comes down. We have adjustable bottle storage here, as well as a place for stemmed wine glasses and then tumblers here on top. We can adjust this a little bit according to what the owner desires. If they don't do stemmed wine glasses, for example, we put an additional shelf right here, which allows obviously another place for tumblers or non-stemmed glasses. All right, pin back in. Okay, storage obviously behind the settees. Storage, as we mentioned here, storage below. Lots and lots and lots of storage. 3,000 watt Victron inverter. This also the solar management system is there. This boat does have solar on the arch, 850 watts of solar. As you can see, the deck drain is labeled. Everything is nicely done. This cabin is actually ventilated through the cabin or to the storage cabinet above it. And there's storage below there. There's storage below here. We do a file cabinet drawer here for regular letter size files. So you can set that up for your ship's owner's manuals and documents and stuff. And it does lock. All right, cushions back together. Flush mount stereo speakers, which we had available starting with a few boats back. On the port side, the owner chose to do the one settee and one captain's chair, and gives him a little bit of additional storage below the settee. We still do the little glove boxes in the countertops. You've got 2 of those. We did do an additional Ray Marine display, the Fusion stereo, obviously the 120 and 12 volt panels. Looks like we've still got a unit that's being installed here. I think we've got a back order on something. And then we did do an extra 4x4 display. This is the Victron control panel. It also has an app for your phone, so you can literally monitor the boat from anywhere from your phone, as long as obviously the boat has wireless and is sending out the signal. He asked us for a little additional glove box right here, instead of it just being a flat bulkhead. And then of course this is the main salon air conditioning control. We do have a 17,000 BTU Maybrew 120 volt air with reverse cycle heat. So if you haven't, the way all these units work, honestly, is they'll take the water temperature and they either raise it or lower it 15 to 20 degrees. So if you're in 80-degree water, obviously you can make plenty of heat, and you're going to make 65-ish cool, which is obviously adequate. We did do a little extra keyboard tray here for the owner, and honestly I'm not sure how it pulls out, but he can put his keyboard there. He actually plans on living aboard and working from the boat. Hanging locker here. As mentioned, lights always come on when you open the door. Cedar lining. If there's any, this boat, this locker has the shower AC drain and the shower drain in it, and of course we've labeled it. Everything is marked with orange paint to know that it's properly, every hose clamp is properly tightened. Cedar lined. We even give you access to the bottom of the hanging lockers, which was never that way in the past. And of course solid wood doors, louvered, and then of course the micro switch so that the light will come on when you open the door. Okay, so excuse me, forward cabin, we have the island tapered queen berth. Obviously the whole side lighting, 2 hatches that we currently have closed, trying to keep the glare from the sun out. We did black fans on board the boat. Obviously there's lighting here that we haven't turned on. There's storage underneath the berth for blanket storage. It is held up by the pneumatic pistons. You have to relieve the pressure off of the mattress, and then it holds itself open. So a little bit of additional storage below here, and then this one actually goes on top of the drawer right here. So you've got a cedar lined drawer that pulls out for storage there. This is a great place for blankets and sheets and that type of storage. Handcraft mattress. We do their better quality inner spring pillow top mattress. They will also build you a mattress. They will also custom fit sheets and blankets as well if you want. To starboard here we have a shelf locker. As you can see, the light comes on. The owner did do a 12 volt air conditioning here. We currently are not running that unit. The white wainscoting throughout the boat really looks good with the dark wood. This is actually becoming a very popular color style for us, with the off-white and the gray stone, and then the darker mahogany wood with the white wainscoting, the white formica, and it really has that really nice contrast look that people are attracted to. On port side, we have a shelf locker here, and then we have a nice large hanging locker behind the door. Again, magnetic door locks. Lights come on when you open the doors, and here you've got actually a good size hanging locker. Storage below the locker, which we started doing. That was never done before. We feel like, storage is limited, and we want to give you everything we can. Lots and lots of lighting throughout the boat. The ports do come with screens. Obviously, we mentioned 2 overhead hatches here for ventilation. There's 3 ports in in the owner's cabin for ventilation, so you get a lot of nice natural ventilation. The forward owner's ensuite head went with the same white sink, the same countertop, good lighting throughout. You know, really, really large size shower. You can. It was interesting. We just came out of the Newport, Rhode Island Boat Show, and I was watching women. They would put their feet up here and say, "Yeah, I can shave my legs in here." So, not that well, maybe I do need to shave my legs, but not that I really do. But certainly Leslie commented that, you know, she really likes the big shower. Obviously, the door closes off just like the aft head right across here. We do have a air conditioning heating duct in here that is operated from the 7,000 BTU 12-volt unit that is installed underneath the berth. This is for trash. A little garbage bin pulls down. And then we've got 2 drawers behind the door as well. As we mentioned earlier, seawater and freshwater toilet flush, all electric, macerator. I mean, this thing is the finest marine toilet available. I think that probably covers the inside of the boat. Why don't we ask Scott to follow us up to the exterior, and we'll do this all in one video. So here we go.